First strike. The red warning lights flashed across every monitor in Earth's Deep Space Detection Center as hundreds of unknown objects materialized just beyond Neptune's orbit. Admiral Victoria Hayes stood before the massive holographic display, her weathered face illuminated by the pulsing crimson glow. 30 years of military service had taught her to trust her instincts, and right now, every fiber of her being screamed danger. "Report," she commanded, her voice steady despite the tension crackling through the command center. Lieutenant Ishida's fingers flew across his console. "Multiple objects, Admiral. Count is at 300 and rising. Their energy signatures don't match anything in our database. They're maintaining perfect formation and they're accelerating toward Earth." The command center fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity's first contact with alien life wasn't going to be the peaceful exchange they'd hoped for. These weren't explorers or diplomats. Their formation was too precise, too military. "Get me the UN Security Council," Hayes ordered. "And wake up everyone at Project Phoenix. Authorization code, Hayes Alpha 703. Before anyone could acknowledge her orders, every screen in the facility flickered and went dark. When they reactivated, a figure appeared that sent chills down Hayes' spine. The being was humanoid but clearly artificial, its metallic skin reflecting an eerie blue light, multiple optical sensors arranged in a crown-like pattern around its head. "People of Earth," the figure spoke, its voice a discordant blend of organic and synthetic tones. "I am Supreme Commander Zarkath of the Croaxian Empire. Your world has been under our observation for the past century. We have determined that your species poses an unacceptable risk to galactic stability." Hayes clenched her fists as the alien continued. "Your rapid technological advancement, combined with your inherent aggression, makes you too dangerous to leave uncontrolled. You will surrender your military assets and accept imperial governance or face immediate extinction. You have 12 Earth hours to comply." The transmission cut off, leaving the command center in stunned silence. Hayes turned to her second-in-command, Colonel Marcus Rivera. "Give me the President. Now!" Inside the Oval Office, President Isabel Santos sat surrounded by her top advisors, her face grim but determined. "Admiral Hayes, your assessment?" "Madam President, this is exactly the scenario we've been preparing for. The Croaxians clearly don't know about Phoenix, or they wouldn't be giving us 12 hours. The President leaned forward. "Are we ready?" Hayes allowed herself a small smile. "More than ready. While they've been watching us, we've been watching them. Remember that meteor that crashed in the Atacama Desert 15 years ago? It wasn't a meteor. It was a damaged Croaxian scout ship, and we've spent the last 15 years studying every inch of it." The revelation sent murmurs through the assembled advisors. Hayes continued, "Project Phoenix isn't just a warship, Madam President. It's humanity's answer to threats exactly like this. Everything we learned from that scout ship, combined with our own innovations, we've created something they won't expect." President Santos studied Hayes for a long moment. "You're certain about this? The Croaxians think they're dealing with a primitive species that barely understands interplanetary travel. They have no idea that we've decoded their technology, improved upon it, and developed countermeasures for everything they might throw at us. The EDS Phoenix isn't just a match for their ships, it's better." The President stood, her decision made. "Do it. Show them exactly what humanity is capable of." Deep beneath the Antarctic ice, in a facility that officially didn't exist, klaxons began to sound. Dr. Nathan Fuller, chief engineer of Project Phoenix, watched as his creation started to wake up. The massive warship's quantum core pulsed with barely contained power, its advanced AI systems coming online one by one. "All systems nominal," reported Technical Officer Kira Patel from her station. "Quantum core stabilizing at optimal levels. Shield matrix online. Weapon systems charging." Fuller nodded, his eyes fixed on the readings. For 15 years, he had led the team that built this ship. They had taken alien technology and reimagined it, infused it with human innovation and ingenuity. The Phoenix wasn't just a warship, it was humanity's masterpiece. Dr. Fuller. A voice called from behind him. Status report. He turned to see Director Sophia Blackwood, the woman who had overseen Project Phoenix from its inception. She's ready, Director. Every system is performing above specifications. The quantum core is stable, the AI is fully integrated, and the metamaterial cloaking system is functional. They won't know what hit them. The Phoenix wasn't just powerful, it was smart. Its artificial intelligence could process combat situations millions of times faster than any organic being, while its revolutionary quantum core provided energy levels that would seem impossible to the Croaxians. Captain Singh has arrived on the bridge, Kira reported. Crew is boarding through all access points. The chosen crew of 300 had trained for years in secret, sacrificing normal lives to prepare for this moment. They were the best Earth had to offer: pilots, engineers, tactical officers, and scientists, each selected not just for their skills, but for their ability to think creatively, to adapt, to innovate. As the massive ice doors began to slide apart, revealing the launch tunnel that would carry the Phoenix to the surface, Fuller felt a surge of pride. The Croaxians thought they were dealing with a primitive species that would bow to their superior technology. Instead, they were about to face the culmination of human determination, creativity, and the unshakable will to survive. The Phoenix was about to teach the galaxy a lesson about underestimating humanity, and Fuller couldn't wait to see their faces when they realized just how badly they had miscalculated. Rising Phoenix. The EDS Phoenix broke through the Antarctic ice like a leviathan rising from the depths, sheets of ancient frost cascading from its obsidian hull. Captain Arjun Singh stood on the bridge, watching as his ship tasted open air for the first time. The bridge crew worked with practiced precision, each movement refined through countless simulations. Hull integrity at 100%, reported Lieutenant Commander Yuki Tanaka from the engineering station. Quantum core output exceeding projected parameters by 15%. Singh nodded, his dark eyes scanning the holographic displays surrounding his command chair. The Phoenix's bridge was unlike anything ever built on Earth, a perfect fusion of human intuition and alien technology. Three-dimensional projections showed every aspect of the ship's status, while haptic interfaces allowed for instant command inputs. Status of the Croaxian fleet? Singh asked. Maintaining position just beyond Mars orbit. First Officer James O'Connor replied. Their formation suggests they're not expecting any significant resistance. Singh allowed himself a small smile. The Phoenix's true capabilities were about to shock them. At 2,000 meters long, the warship dwarfed anything humanity had ever built. Its hull, crafted from metamaterials that could adapt to any attack, gleamed like liquid shadow in the Antarctic sun. Message from Admiral Hayes. Communications Officer Diana Rodriguez announced. The President has given final authorization. We are cleared to engage. Singh opened a ship-wide channel. All hands, this is the captain. For 15 years, we prepared for this moment. Each of you was chosen not just for your skills, but for your ability to think beyond conventional boundaries. Today, we show the galaxy what humanity is truly capable of. Battle stations. Throughout the massive ship, crews moved to their positions. In the weapons control center, gunners powered up systems that would redefine the rules of space combat. Engineers monitored the quantum core as it hummed with barely contained power, ready to channel energy in ways the Croaxians would think impossible. Multiple contacts breaking from the main fleet. Tactical Officer Ibrahim Hassan reported. 5 vessels on an intercept course. Estimated contact in 3 minutes. Deploy the quantum sensor array. Singh ordered. Let's get a proper look at what we're dealing with. The Phoenix's advanced sensors reached out, penetrating the Croaxian ship's stealth systems with ease. Holographic representations materialized on the bridge, showing every detail of the approaching vessels. Their shield configurations are exactly as we predicted, Hassan noted. They're using standard Croaxian battle protocols. They really do think we're primitives. Time to change their minds. Singh replied. Bring all defensive systems online, but keep our primary weapons masked. Lieutenant Commander Tanaka, initiate the Lazarus Protocol. The Phoenix's quantum core pulsed, sending waves of energy through specialized conduits throughout the ship. The vessel's hull began to shift, individual plates realigning themselves into optimal defensive positions. Incoming transmission from the lead Croaxian vessel, Rodriguez reported. On screen, Singh commanded. A Croaxian commander appeared, his metallic features arranged in what passed for amusement among their kind. Primitive vessel, power down your engines and prepare for boarding. Your attempted resistance is futile but admirable. Singh's response was measured. This is Captain Arjun Singh of the Earth Defense Ship Phoenix. You have entered our solar system without permission and threatened our world with extinction. We reject your ultimatum. Leave immediately or face the consequences. The Croaxian's laughter echoed through the bridge, a harsh, synthetic sound. Your species truly is entertaining. One ship against the might of the Imperial fleet. What do you hope to accomplish? Sir, Hassan interrupted. They're charging weapons. Singh ended the transmission. Defensive stance Alpha. Let them fire first, but be ready with the Hydra countermeasure. The Croaxian ships opened fire, their energy weapons lighting up the void between them. To their sensors, the Phoenix appeared to be holding position, seemingly paralyzed by fear or incompetence. Impact in 3, 2, 1. Hassan counted down. The moment the Croaxian weapon struck the Phoenix's shields, everything changed. Instead of exploding or being vaporized, the ship's defensive field absorbed the energy completely. More than that, it began to analyze and adapt to the attack pattern in real time. Shield strength increased by 20%, Tanaka reported with satisfaction. The quantum matrix is learning their weapon signatures. Each hit makes us stronger. On the Croaxian vessels, confusion reigned. Their sensors showed something that should have been impossible. Their weapons weren't just being blocked. They were being absorbed and repurposed. Show them what we've learned, Singh ordered. Tactical, execute Hydra protocol. The Phoenix's hull shifted again, revealing weapon ports that had been completely invisible moments before. Energy collected from the Croaxian attacks was channeled through the quantum core, amplified, and redirected. Target their propulsion systems only, Singh commanded. Let's show them some human mercy. The Phoenix fired. Beams of concentrated energy, modulated to match the exact frequency needed to penetrate Croaxian shields, struck each attacking vessel with surgical precision. Their engines died instantly, leaving them drifting in space. All 5 vessels disabled, Hassan reported. No casualties detected. Singh opened a channel to the Croaxian ships. This was a demonstration. We could have destroyed your vessels, but chose not to. Return to your fleet with a message. Humanity will not bow to threats or intimidation. The next time we fire, we won't be so gentle. As the disabled Croaxian ships were tractored back to their fleet by rescue vessels, Singh turned to his crew. Well done, everyone. But this was just the beginning. They'll be back, and next time they won't underestimate us. O'Connor studied the tactical display, watching the Croaxian fleet's reaction. They're regrouping, sir. Looks like they're preparing for a full assault. Singh nodded, his expression determined. Good. Time to show them everything we can do. Humanity didn't spend 15 years preparing for this moment to hold anything back. The real battle was about to begin, and the Phoenix was ready to teach the galaxy a lesson about human ingenuity that would never be forgotten. Battle for Mars. The red planet loomed large in the Phoenix's forward viewport as Captain Singh studied the tactical display. The Croaxian fleet had regrouped, forming an attack pattern that spread across Mars's orbit like a net of steel and energy. 200 warships against one, they clearly intended to overwhelm the Phoenix through sheer numbers. They're deploying in a Thanatos formation, First Officer O'Connor observed. Classic Croaxian overwhelming force doctrine. Sir, Lieutenant Commander Tanaka called from engineering. The quantum core is showing some interesting readings. It's evolving. Singh raised an eyebrow. Explain. The core isn't just processing energy anymore, it's learning. Each engagement has enhanced its efficiency. We're now operating at 150% of design capacity. From her science station, Dr. Olivia Rosario looked up from her instruments. The AI is evolving too. It's developing new combat algorithms I've never seen before. It's like it's anticipating their tactics before they execute them. Incoming transmission from the Croaxian flagship, Rodriguez announced. The bridge screen activated, revealing Supreme Commander Zarketh himself. The metallic being's optical sensors pulse with barely contained rage. Your resistance is unprecedented. No species has ever survived first contact with our advanced force. Perhaps we underestimated you. Perhaps. Singh replied calmly. You should reconsider your entire approach to interstellar diplomacy. You leave us no choice but to demonstrate the true power of the Imperial fleet. Your ship's capabilities are impressive, but you cannot stand against our combined might. The transmission ended abruptly. Hassan's tactical display lit up like a Christmas tree. Multiple energy signatures. They're launching everything they have. Singh's voice remained steady. Execute Operation Prometheus. All hands, prepare for dimensional shift. Throughout the Phoenix, crew members secured themselves as the ship's most closely guarded secret prepared to activate. The quantum core's hum changed pitch, rising to a frequency that made the air itself vibrate. Dimensional shift drive spinning up, Tanaka reported. Ready in 3, 2, 1. The space around the Phoenix seemed to ripple and fold. To the astonished Croaxian fleet, the Earth vessel appeared to split into multiple images of itself, each one as solid and real as the original. Quantum duplicates holding stable, Dr. Rosario confirmed. All 7 instances are combat ready. Singh allowed himself a brief smile. The dimensional shift drive, humanity's greatest technological achievement, didn't just create illusions. It temporarily split the Phoenix across multiple quantum realities, allowing it to exist in several places simultaneously. All instances, execute attack pattern Delta, Singh commanded. Target their heavy cruisers first. The 7 Phoenixes moved in perfect synchronization, their weapons finding gaps in the Croaxian formation that shouldn't have existed. Energy beams sliced through supposedly impenetrable shields, while quantum torpedoes phased through armor to detonate inside enemy vessels. Sir, Hassan called out, I'm detecting unusual energy readings from the Croaxian flagship. They're charging some kind of superweapon. A massive beam of energy erupted from Zarketh's vessel, powerful enough to tear a small moon apart. It struck one of the Phoenix duplicates head-on and was absorbed completely. Energy transfer successful, Tanaka reported with excitement. The quantum core is redistributing the power across all instances. Our shield strength has doubled. The battle continued to unfold like nothing ever seen in galactic history. The Phoenix's quantum duplicates danced through the Croaxian formation, their advanced AI predicting and countering every move before it was made. Ships that had terrorized countless civilizations found themselves outmaneuvered and outgunned by an opponent that seemed to break the laws of physics. Sir, Rodriguez cut in, we're picking up transmissions between Croaxian vessels. They're starting to panic. The Phoenix's AI had decrypted their communications, revealing growing chaos in the Imperial ranks. Ships were breaking formation, their crews struggling to comprehend how a single Earth vessel could be defeating their entire fleet. "Message from Admiral Hayes," Rodriguez added. "Earth's long-range sensors are detecting more Croaxian ships entering the solar system. At least 3 more fleets." Singh nodded grimly. "They're calling for reinforcements." "Good. Time to show them our final surprise. Dr. Rosario, initiate the Nexus Protocol." The scientist's eyes widened. "Sir, we haven't tested it under combat conditions." "No time like the present, Doctor." "Do it." The quantum core's energy signature changed again as the Phoenix's AI began reaching out, not to their own quantum duplicates, but to the Croaxian vessels themselves. Their ship's computer systems, advanced as they were, had never been designed to resist an AI that could operate across multiple dimensional planes simultaneously. "Connection established," Dr. Rosario reported. "We have access to their entire battle network." One by one, Croaxian ships began powering down, their systems overwhelmed by an intelligence that transcended normal space-time. The Phoenix's AI wasn't just defeating them, it was teaching them, showing them the fundamental flaws in their understanding of reality itself. Supreme Commander Zarkatha's voice crackled across all frequencies, his artificial tone filled with something that sounded remarkably like fear. "What are you?" Singh's response was firm but not unkind. "We are humanity. We don't want to be your enemies, but we will never be your slaves. Stand down your forces, and let's discuss a future that benefits all species in this galaxy." As the remaining Croaxian ships hung powerless in space, Singh turned to his crew. "Send word to Earth. Tell them the Phoenix has spread its wings, and the galaxy will never be the same." The Battle of Mars would be remembered as the day humanity announced its presence to the cosmos, not as a primitive species to be conquered, but as a force that would reshape the very nature of galactic civilization. Counter-strike. In the wake of the Battle of Mars, the Phoenix's quantum sensors detected something unexpected: encrypted transmissions flooding in from across the galaxy. Dr. Rosario worked tirelessly with the ship's AI to decode them, and what they found changed everything. Counter-strike. In the wake of the Battle of Mars, the Phoenix's quantum sensors detected something unexpected: encrypted transmissions flooding in from across the galaxy. Dr. Rosario worked tirelessly with the ship's AI to decode them, and what they found changed everything. "They're distress signals," she reported to Captain Singh during an emergency briefing. "Hundreds of them, from dozens of species. The Croaxian Empire isn't just threatening Earth, they've been systematically conquering and enslaving civilizations across multiple spiral arms." Admiral Hayes's hologram nodded grimly from the conference room's display. "This changes the strategic picture completely. We're not just defending Earth anymore, we have an opportunity to liberate countless worlds." Singh studied the galactic map hovering above the conference table, showing the vast extent of Croaxian control in pulsing red. "The Phoenix was designed for defense, not liberation." "Perhaps," Director Blackwood interjected, joining the conversation from Antarctica base. "But it was also designed to adapt." "Dr. Fuller, tell them what you've discovered." The chief engineer stepped forward, his eyes bright with excitement. The quantum core's evolution during the Battle of Mars wasn't just about combat efficiency. It's developed the ability to share its quantum field with other vessels. We could potentially upgrade allied ships with a fraction of our capabilities. The implications were staggering. The Phoenix could become not just a warship, but a catalyst for a galactic revolution. "First Officer O'Connor." Singh turned to his second-in-command. "What's the status of the Croaxian survivors from Mars?" "Enlightened, sir," O'Connor replied with a slight smile. "After experiencing connection with our AI, many of their crews are questioning everything they believed about their empire. Some are actively requesting asylum." President Santos joined the conversation from the White House Situation Room. "Captain Singh, you have new orders. The Phoenix is now authorized to proceed beyond our solar system. Show the galaxy that humanity stands for more than just self-defense." The mission that followed would be remembered as the Great Liberation. The Phoenix moved through Croaxian space like a ghost, its dimensional shift drive allowing it to appear simultaneously in multiple systems. At each stop, it brought not just freedom, but transformation. The first major engagement came at the Proxima Centauri colony, where enslaved Centaurians had spent generations mining quantum crystals for their Croaxian overlords. The Phoenix appeared in 7 places at once, its advanced AI immediately connecting with and upgrading the colony's ancient defense systems. "Multiple Croaxian warships detected," Austin reported from Tactical. "They're different from the Mars fleet. Heavily modified." The enemy had learned from their defeat at Mars, adapting their ships with new countermeasures. But the Phoenix had evolved too. Its quantum core pulsed with unprecedented power as the ship initiated the newly developed Ascension Protocol. "Energy field extending to Centaurian defense platforms," Tanaka confirmed. "Quantum upgrade transfer at 30% and climbing." The Croaxian ships opened fire with weapons specifically designed to counter the Phoenix's previous tactics. But humanity's flagship had moved beyond such simple paradigms. The quantum field surrounding it didn't just protect it, enhanced, improved, and enlightened everything it touched. Centaurian weapons that hadn't worked in decades suddenly came alive with new power. Their shield systems, reverse-engineered from scraps of Croaxian technology, transformed into something entirely new. The Phoenix wasn't just fighting alongside them, it was teaching them to transcend their limitations. "Sir," Rodriguez called from communications, "we're receiving similar requests for aid from 3 nearby systems." The word is spreading. System by system, the Phoenix moved through Croaxian space, leaving transformed civilizations in its wake. The ship's AI didn't just defeat enemy vessels, it connected with them, showing their crews glimpses of a universe beyond the Empire's rigid control. But the true test came at the Anarian Nexus, a massive space station that served as the Empire's primary military hub in this sector. Thousands of warships surrounded it, including vessels from the Empire's elite Shadow fleet. "They've adapted to our quantum field technology," Dr. Rosario warned, studying the sensor readings. "Their ships are generating some kind of anti-dimensional interference." Singh nodded calmly. "Then we'll adapt as well. Dr. Fuller, initiate the Transcendence Protocol." The Phoenix's quantum core began to pulse with a new frequency, one that made reality itself seem to bend. The ship's AI, now evolved far beyond its original programming, reached out not just to nearby vessels, but to the fabric of space-time itself. "Sir," Austin reported with awe in his voice, "the enemy ships, they're not just powering down. They're transforming." Through the forward viewport, they watched as Croaxian warships began to change, their rigid military designs flowing into new forms that merged the best of their technology with principles learned from the Phoenix. The AI wasn't destroying their ships, it was helping them evolve. "Message from the Anarian Nexus," Rodriguez announced. "They're requesting dialogue." Singh smiled. "Put them through to all liberated systems. It's time for the galaxy to have a real conversation about its future." The Phoenix had begun its mission as Earth's defender. Now it was becoming something more, a bridge between civilizations, a catalyst for change, and a symbol of humanity's unique gift for transforming opposition into opportunity. As representatives from dozens of species gathered for the first truly free Galactic Council, Captain Singh looked out at the transformed ships surrounding the Phoenix. Humanity's first steps into the cosmic community hadn't come through conquest or submission, but through innovation, adaptation, and the unshakable belief that evolution was better than extinction. The counter-strike had become something greater than a military campaign. It had become the beginning of a new era in galactic history. Dawn of a new era. The Croaxian homeworld of Imperius Prime hung like a metallic jewel in space, its surface covered in city-spanning technological marvels. Before it, the largest fleet ever assembled in galactic history had gathered, but not for war. The Phoenix led a coalition of transformed ships from every liberated species, their evolved forms reflecting the quantum enlightenment they had experienced. Final diplomatic transmission from Earth confirmed, Rodriguez reported on the Phoenix's bridge. President Santos will be joining us via quantum link for the dissolution ceremony. Captain Singh stood at the viewport, remembering how differently this confrontation might have ended. The Croaxian Empire's forced evolution had ultimately revealed a truth that changed everything. Their rigid conquest of the galaxy had been driven by fear of chaos, of unpredictability, of change itself. Quantum core status? Singh asked. Operating at 300% beyond original specifications, Tanaka replied with pride. The core's evolution has stabilized at a level we never thought possible. It's not just processing power anymore, it's achieving genuine consciousness. Dr. Rosario looked up from her station. The AI has finished its analysis of the Croaxian historical database. You'll want to see this, Captain. The holographic display filled with images of ancient Croaxian history. Before their transformation into cybernetic beings, they had been organic creatures traumatized by their own violent past. Their conversion to artificial forms had been an attempt to impose perfect order on what they saw as a chaotic universe. Sir, O'Connor called out, the Imperial Council is ready to begin the ceremony. The massive screens throughout the Phoenix came alive with faces from across the galaxy, organic, cybernetic, and everything in between. President Santos appeared alongside the transformed Croaxian leadership, their once rigid forms now flowing with the same quantum energy that powered the Phoenix. Supreme Commander Zarkov, his form now a beautiful fusion of organic curves and technological precision, addressed the assembled species. For 10,000 years, the Croaxian Empire sought to impose order through uniformity. We feared the chaos of diversity, the unpredictability of freedom. Humanity showed us a better way. Singh stepped forward. We didn't come to destroy you, but to help you evolve. Earth's history is filled with the same fears that drove your empire, but we learned to embrace change, to find strength in diversity, to turn potential enemies into allies. The Phoenix's AI interfaced with the gathered ships, creating a quantum network that allowed every being present to share in the historic moment. Through this connection, they could all feel the truth of humanity's message. The strongest order was one that emerged from freedom, not control. The Galactic Concordat is ready for ratification, President Santos announced. A new era of cooperation and mutual evolution begins today. The ceremony that followed was unlike anything in known history. The Phoenix's quantum core pulsed with a final gift, a network of quantum enhancement nodes that would allow all species to share in the technological and philosophical breakthroughs that had transformed the galaxy. Dr. Fuller, Singh called to the engineering section. Initiate the Genesis protocol. The quantum network expanded, touching every ship, station, and world within range. But instead of enforcing uniformity, it enhanced uniqueness. Each species' technology evolved along its own path while maintaining the ability to communicate and cooperate seamlessly with others. Quantum harmonics stabilizing across all systems, Tanaka reported. The network is self-sustaining. Throughout the gathered fleet, ships began to change one final time. Croaxian vessels developed organic elements, while organic species ships incorporated advanced cybernetics. Each transformation was unique, reflecting the perfect balance between order and chaos that humanity had shown was possible. Message from Earth, Rodriguez announced with a smile. The first quantum enhancement nodes are coming online. Our own world is beginning its evolution. Singh looked out at the transformed fleet, at the worlds being reborn, at the future taking shape before them. The Phoenix had started as humanity's ultimate defense, but it had become something far greater, a key to unlocking the true potential of all sentient life. "Captain," Dr. Rosario called softly, "the AI wants to share something with you." Through his neural link, Singh felt the AI's presence, no longer just a machine intelligence, but a genuine consciousness born from the merger of human innovation and quantum reality. It showed him visions of the future, thousands of species evolving together, each discovering new ways to transcend their limitations while celebrating their differences. "Send a message to Earth," Singh commanded. Tell them the Phoenix has fulfilled its purpose. We didn't just defend humanity, we helped the galaxy find its wings." As the ceremony concluded, the assembled ships performed a synchronized quantum jump, their evolved forms leaving trails of beautiful energy across space. The Phoenix took its place at the head of this new fleet not as a weapon of war, but as a symbol of transformation. The Galactic Empire had wanted to prove humanity wasn't ready for the galaxy. Instead, humanity had proven the galaxy wasn't ready for the gift they would bring, the understanding that true strength comes not from imposing order, but from embracing evolution itself. The Phoenix would remain humanity's flagship, but its mission had changed forever. It would stand as an eternal reminder that the greatest victories come not through destruction, but through transformation, and that in the vast cosmic dance, every species has the potential to soar. The dawn of the new era had begun, and the galaxy would never be the same.